Hello. Welcome to Heart Check. Let's just take a couple of deep breaths and check on our hearts. How is your heart today? How is your body? How are your shoulders? How are your cheeks? Check on your cheeks. How are your arms? Check on your arms. How are your fingers? How is your belly? Your legs? How are your hips? How is your heart today? Friends, I've been thinking a lot about our reemergence from pandemic. We're still in a pandemic, of course. What I know about this time, the last 17 or 18 months or so, is that it has been deeply traumatic. It's been really hard. We were displaced from each other. We found ourselves in a situation where we couldn't see our friends. People we knew were getting sick and dying. For part of this pandemic, we had leadership, national leadership that didn't respect what the pandemic was doing and what COVID was capable of. And I believe that all of that has caused us collective and individual trauma. And I hear a lot about people talking about going back to the way things were. And I want to say a couple of things about that. One, the way things were, I would like to consider that maybe it wasn't ideal. That an old way of doing something may not have been the best way. And two, that as we have opportunities to live into new ways of being, I want us to consider the vast advantages of taking it slow. And I know that means dragging on the social distancing, dragging on the masks. But I wonder if it might give us time to heal, at least to start to heal. I wonder if it might give us time to process. To just dip our toe in to a new world where now we have information about what it means to take care of each other. We have new information about maybe the needs of our friends and neighbors that we didn't know before. And so we can take that information and we can just dip our toe into a reemergence that doesn't ask people to sacrifice their health, but also allows us to celebrate what might be possible given all of this new information. That's what's been on my heart. Just dipping my toe in, listening, lots and lots of listening, just dipping my toe in, imagining, just dipping our toe in, being creative, just dipping our toe in, listening, reflecting, praying, processing. Just want to take a couple more deep breaths. Thank you for joining me today for just a little bit of reflection on what's been on my heart. I'd love to know what's on your heart. If you have feelings about this or anything that's happening right now in your world, I'd love to hear about it in the comments, or you can certainly private message me on my various social media platforms. I'm on Instagram at A New Rebecca and Twitter at A New Rebecca and TikTok at A New Rebecca. Tomorrow I will be live at 3:00 on IG Live with author, pastor, many hats this person wears, Lenny Duncan. And Lenny Duncan is going to talk to us about a creative ministry and what it's like to have creative ministry in times such as these. Sunday, I will be back here for a moment of hope, and I hope you will join me. And next Thursday, Heart Check is going to be from a different location. It'll be a surprise, but I invite you to join me next week live for Heart Check at 2:00 here on YouTube Live. Thank you for joining me. Also, to remind you that this ministry is made possible by the folks over at Patreon. Patreon.com/Rebecca Stevens Walter. That is the community that holds this ministry accountable. That is the community that helps keep this ministry sustainable. And I invite you to join it, participate in it, be a part of it over at patreon.com/Rebecca Stevens Walter. Thank you so much for joining me today. Go in peace and love and hold on to hope as we emerge slowly but surely.